Well, howdy there, Internet people, it's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about the U.S. losing another superpower point and whether or not it's Trump's fault. So, Moody's reduced the U.S. credit rating. Countries, just like people, have credit ratings. The U.S. had a perfect credit rating with Moody's for more than 100 years. It doesn't now. It dropped one notch. Obviously, that's bad news. But there is good news in the details. Moody's says the U.S. still has a stable outlook. In the details of that, there's bad news. That stability rests on the long U.S. history of solid monetary policy from an independent Federal Reserve. The reason that's bad news is because the current president doesn't like that independence and may seek to undermine it. Now, let's get to the thing Americans really want to know. Whose fault is it? Starting off with a question from the Metal Shop guys. Hey, Miss Bell, why are people acting like it's Trump's fault? Moody's said it was because of decisions going back a decade by previous administrations. That's a fair summary of that part. It does say that. But you should have kept reading. The next paragraph says, quote, "We do not believe that material multi-year reductions in mandatory spending and deficits will result from current fiscal proposals under consideration." It's the one big beautiful bill. That's the tipping point. That's firmly a Trump decision. It's a Trump package. It's the Trump agenda. It's also worth noting that over the last decade, Trump was one of those previous administrations, and he added a lot of debt. A lot. There are a number of ways to calculate the debt. Now, I personally would calculate the debt they approved rather than what occurred under them. I think it should be done that way because some presidents saddle the next president with debt, like the big beautiful bill does. But that's not how it's normally done. The normal way of figuring it is to take the difference between the debt at the beginning and end of their term. Republicans like to compare Trump's $8.1 trillion to Obama's $8.3 trillion to show that Trump isn't that bad. There's a glaring hole in this. Obama's $8.3 trillion was over 8 years. Trump's was over 4. But Trump did have to deal with the pandemic, and some of that debt really was necessary. But Obama was running 2 full-on wars. That's expensive too. To cut to the chase, the last president to be somewhat responsible with the debt was Clinton. He still added $1 trillion and honestly was only somewhat responsible because the bond market made him be more responsible. There's a lot of blame on the debt to go around. Trump certainly gets a bigger share than most, but it's not entirely his fault. But that's the past. His new One Big Beautiful Bill adds trillions more and is the stated reason for the credit drop. It is the, quote, "current fiscal proposals under consideration." This is going to add a whole new layer of pressure to the One Big Beautiful Bill. It's also going to reinforce the positions of the bond market and the fiscal hawks. Here's the thing. No amount of entitlement cuts will fix this. They have to increase revenue. They have to tax the wealthy. There's not another solution. If Trump pushes ahead, it will add trillions more to the debt and further destabilize the economy. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.